These are the Sony WH-1000XM6 headphones, Sony's newest flagship in a lineup that's dominated the noise-canceling headphone market for years. The XM3 set a new standard, the XM4 became a traveler's best friend, the XM5 refined the design, and now the XM6 is here. But does it actually push the bar forward, or is this just another small refresh? Let's break it down. At first glance, the XM6 looks very similar to the XM5, but Sony has actually made some small refinements here. The headband is slimmer and reinforced with stronger materials to prevent wear over time. The ear cups use softer memory foam padding, making them more breathable on long listening sessions. And unlike the XM5, which ditched the folding hinges, the XM6 brings back a redesigned foldable design, making them more compact in the case. Frequent flyers will definitely appreciate that. They still have that minimalist matte finish we know from Sony. Clean, subtle, and premium without screaming for attention. I wore these for a full work day, about 7 hours straight. They are lightweight, distribute pressure really well, and don't get too hot on the ears. If you've ever had headphones that start pinching or you start sweating after a couple of hours around your ears, you'll notice how much of a difference Sony's padding makes here. These are the kinds of headphones that you can just forget you're wearing. That's how comfortable they are. Of course, this wouldn't be a Sony flagship without all the smart features. The touch controls are still here. Swipe up or down for volume, forward and back to change tracks, and double tap to play and pause your music or answer calls. Inside the Sony Headphones Connect app, you've still got full control over your EQ settings, noise cancellation strength, and something called adaptive sound control. That feature actually learns your patterns, like when you're at home, commuting, or at the gym, and it automatically adjusts noise cancellation and transparency levels for each environment. It's like having headphones that adapt to your life instead of the other way around. Sony has introduced an updated QN3 processor, which is about 7 times faster than the QN1, and a 12 microphone array delivering enhanced real-time adaptive ANC, especially at higher frequencies. Low-end sounds like car engines and plane rumbles practically vanish. Mid-range sounds, like people talking nearby, are reduced but still faintly audible if you really focus. And Sony has tuned it so the ANC feels more natural. No heavy ear pressure effect that some people complained about the XM4. I tested them in a simulated flight environment, meaning I played flight engine noise through my surround sound speakers out loud while wearing these headphones. Also in a coffee shop, and even on a construction-heavy street. And every time, I felt like I was in my own private bubble. Simply put, these are among the best noise-canceling headphones on the market right now. Of course, the noise cancelling is only half the story. Let's talk about the sound. The XM6 sticks with Sony's classic tuning: punchy bass, warm mids, and crisp highs. Bass is deep and full, but doesn't drown out vocals. Vocals themselves come through really clean, and there's just enough sparkle on the top end to keep things lively without being too harsh. And if you're a hi-fi nerd, you'll appreciate Sony's famous LDAC codec support for high-resolution wireless streaming. Combine that with DSEE extreme upscaling, and even your compressed Spotify or YouTube tracks sound richer and more detailed. If you want a flatter, studio-style sound, you can EQ it in the app. But honestly, I think most people will love the out-of-the-box tuning. It's fun, engaging, and works across hip-hop, EDM, rock, and even podcasts. One specific area that Sony has really improved here is the call quality. XM6 has better mic placement, beamforming tech, and AI-powered background noise suppression. In my tests, people on the other end said I sounded clear, even when I was outside with traffic or in a crowded cafe. If you take work calls or Zoom meetings with your headphones, this is a major upgrade over the XM4. This is a microphone test of the Sony WH-1000XM6. This is a microphone test of the Sony WH-1000XM6. Battery life remains excellent, up to 30 hours with ANC on and around 40 hours with it off. That's basically a full week of commuting without recharging, and the quick recharge is a lifesaver. You plug it in for just 10 minutes and get about 5 hours of playback. Perfect if you're about to head out for the day and forgot to charge them overnight. A few smaller but important features: multi-point connection so you can connect to 2 devices at once, speak to chat which automatically pauses your music when you start talking, transparency mode, which sounds very natural, almost like you're not wearing headphones at all. And Sony even uses recycled plastics for the body and eco-friendly packaging. It's a nice touch overall for sustainability. Now the big question, how does the XM6 compare to the XM5 and XM4? Well, if you already own the XM5, the jump to XM6 isn't massive. You'll get better ANC, slightly better comfort, and improved calls along with a collapsible design. But the sound signature is very similar to XM5. If you're on the XM4, however, the difference feels bigger. You'll notice the improved ANC, lighter design, and better mic quality right away. And if you're buying fresh, the XM6 is simply the most complete package Sony has ever offered. So here's my bottom line. The Sony WH-1000XM6 might not reinvent the wheel, but they refine it in all the right ways. They're some of the most comfortable, best sounding, and most effective noise-canceling headphones you can buy in 2025. Yes, they're pricey, but if you value peace and quiet, a minimalistic design, immersive music, and all the smart features that make headphones more convenient, the XM6 is absolutely worth the price.